Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm in Hampton, Virginia, going to a comic book shop called Bender's. A lot of people recommended me this shop after I went to the Virginia Beach area, and you guys were very, very correct. This is one of the most, if not the best, comic book shop I've ever been to. Okay, but let's not mince words here. This place is a dump. I did a video about the 5 types of comic book shops, and Bender's fits all the check marks. Like a cat wandering around the shop, the smell of cat urine and the litter box. Boxes piled to the ceiling.
Yes, I see you. It's not you trying to get fed. You've been fed a couple times today.
Can I see these stacks up here? If these are silver, are these all Silver Age stuff for the most part?
A good portion of them are, yeah. Move that out of the way. Stay there, thank you.
That's a nice one right there.
I just picked that up Saturday.
Do you have any Golden Age stuff?
I have Platinum Age stuff too.
Okay, so the voice you're hearing is Dave. He is the owner, and he has been in business since the 70s. He is the best comic book shop owner I've ever met, and you will see why later in this video. Quickly, I'm realizing this is a gold mine. The books are not organized. They're just kind of piled in these glass cases. I don't know what's going on in here. There could literally be anything in these piles. Now, everything is priced, and by God, the price is the price. Dave was not in the business of wheeling and dealing, but the price was the price. And some of these prices that you'll see later on, I mean, they're all over the place. Are you the owner?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been open?
I bought the shop in '79.
So you've seen it all. You saw the 90s.
Yeah. I was selling comic books before. I was a teacher before then. I was selling comic books then too. So.
Dave is the sweetest guy you'll ever meet. He knows his customers' names as they come in. And this is kind of what I'm seeing now. What makes the best comic shop is not only the stuff inside, but it's the person behind the counter, and Dave makes it. The cat crawling on top of the books and stuff, that's fine. That doesn't necessarily, I mean, it's fine. But the disorganization and stuff, in my earlier days, this would have bothered me. But as I've gone to more shops, I quickly am realizing that this is the kind of place that you find treasure. This is the kind of place where, if you're willing to do the digging, you can find incredible things. And as you're seeing, how many 10-cent issues have we already seen? Romance books. Do you have any pre-code horror?
No.
Okay.
That goes as soon as it comes in.
I know he said there's no pre-code horror, but I'm telling you, there might have been some in there somewhere. A lot of what you're seeing is the DC case. Are you a collector?
I collect, but I collected to some of my customers say, Dave, do you have any of this? I enjoy collecting things, but I said, when I opened up, I said, I'm not going to compete against my customers. So.
Right.
But right now I'm collecting like Pogo things and Adam's Family, Gay and Wilson.
Such an interesting answer, not competing against his customers. My mind doesn't even go there. My mind, when I ask about, are you a collector, goes to, what is your passion with this? And his passion is having a successful store.
That's a neat one there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's a picture disc.
Oh wow. So you listen to the
record while you read the story?
No, well, it's got that too. The disc itself has a picture of Superman on it. So
Oh my goodness.
it's just a neat thing.
1947.
I'd never seen something like that. I've heard of those vinyl records, but I've never seen one. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. You're seeing all like the animal comics, the anthropomorphic stuff. Guys, I know I'm missing things here.
What do you think about CGC?
I don't like it, but my customers do, so I put up with it.
It's a weird thing, isn't it?
Comic books are meant to be read.
Yeah.
But, I can understand people's getting them graded, but I've sent one book off to get graded, and just because it was the only copy I've ever heard of, so I wanted it preserved in case it was the only copy.
Seems like people put just about anything in the slab or in a graded now. That's a great cover.
Uh-huh.
What were you gonna say?
I don't know. My thoughts do not stay around long.
At this point, I was kind of feeling bad for Dave. Like, I was making him like take all of these books out of those cases, and I just felt kind of bad. But I mean, he was happy to do it, and Dave has a shop. This shop is open 7 days a week.
Do a lot of your customers buy new comic book day stuff, or?
Yeah, we have the big. I've got a lot of back issues. Probably have. The back room is filled with back issues. We have probably 500,000 comics back there.
Yeah, I had a lot of people tell me I had to come here because last year I just went to the Virginia Beach stores and they said, "Oh man, you got to go to, you got to go to Bender's."
You visited someone?
What's that?
Are you visiting?
Yeah, we have a condo in Sandbridge.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, well, it's worth a trip. May I take this out of the bag?
Yes.
At this point, I was expecting to find just about damn near anything in these stacks. I mean, to be perfectly honest. And, the chatter with Dave, the things he was saying, it didn't quite register, as you could probably tell. He had 500,000 comics back there.
This is a problem. I want, like, all of it.
You're a DC collector mainly?
Yes.
Okay, that case over there is DC too.
Okay. Yeah. Marvel it's just so, it's like so much more expensive, and the stories in DC are so much better in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I was already warming up to Dave. I felt like I could talk shop, but like I was saying, like the things he was saying weren't really registering.
I collected EC comics.
Oh.
Then I collected crime comics.
Oh wow.
My limit on crime comics is $5. I spent over more than $5. I ended up with 5 long boxes of them. One of my friends came in and said, "Dave, I want to buy those." All right. Out they went.
Yeah, and Dave, he's been doing this for so long. I mean, he's seen it all. But the things he was saying, they just weren't registering. The fact that there's 500,000 comic books in the back. The fact that he's been, the fact that there's so many things here in the shop. Him talking about him as an EC collector. Apparently there's this mailer you can send in to get EC comics back.
But they did. They had.
They didn't do like the romance books, did they?
They did everything.
They did.
They had Bible comics, they had romance books, they had psychoanalysis books. I mean, great science fiction books. End up with slabs. I do a lot of trading with people. People bring me stuff into trade and end up with things that I wouldn't normally buy, but it's fun to play with them.
I'd like to at least look at some of those.
Sure.
And man, I'm glad I did. Wait till you see what we pull out of there. Obviously, Dave's old school guy, doesn't love slabs, and I am starting to lean that way as well. But if I can find a slab for a great price, you know I'm buying that slab. I just scratched the surface of this shop. Like, you know, I'm going to definitely do some more digging, which you'll see. And wait till you see the back room of this place.
That Batman Who Laughs there, that was... Can I look at that?
Oh, sure. You're more than welcome to look. I've got a lot of Batman.
As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh my God. This is a 9.8 first Batman Who Laughs for $139. That book is selling for significantly more than that. I don't think you can get that book anywhere for that cheap. It is CBCS with an old label, but holy crap. I mean, at first I was like, this isn't like the first print or something. Like, this is some alternative printing.
These Adam Hughes covers are so good.
I like his stuff.
It's beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Like, I mean, they're just incredible covers. I would love to have all of those.
Ready for some more?
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just like giddy. You can hear it in my voice. He's like, "You ready for some more?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, this is just like, I want to see it all. Like, I could have spent thousands of dollars in here easily. And as you saw, the other Teen Titans 12 was the first Batman Who Laughs, and it was the foil edition, which is a variant of that first printing. And it was like priced at like $400, $500. I can't remember exactly. And I was like, okay, that one is kind of priced how you would think a comic shop would price this. And then, you know, you look at this first print here, I'm like, holy crap. And whoever, this was obviously some sort of collection that he did a trade for, did some kind of deal. This guy or girl was a huge Batman collector, you know, had all the more modern Batman keys. And a really big Batman Who Laughs fan with all those variant covers. But, you know, you had the first, Rebirth Batman and then the New 52 Batman. This is this whole other side. Look at these back issues. Now, as far as labeling and things like that, I don't know how accurate that was, which if you're in this area, you have to come over here. You have to. It's worth making a trip if you're in Virginia or, you know, the DC area, Northern Virginia area. As I'm looking in this case, I'm just trying to get an eye of what's on top of these stacks. I asked Dave, and there goes the cat jumping right there. I'm asking Dave, I'm like, can I come back there? And he says, absolutely. He just didn't want me to go back behind where the register was, which I completely understand. But I'm like, these books over here are just as good, if not better. I find this massive Action Comics run, like all of these 200 type Action Comics, and then here comes the Adventure Comics, and then there just be, you know, random more modern issues peppered in there. I was not going to be surprised if I found an Action Comics 252 or 242, first Supergirl or first Brainiac, which are two books, if you've been watching my channel, I've been looking for. All the Brainiac all the Bizarro covers are in there as well. I was thinking I was going to find Superman Bizarro as first Bizarro as Superman book. I always get that confused. And then I find this Mystery in Space stack, which you got to see what we pull out of there in a minute. All of these action comic books. I mean, honestly, I just wanted to take this whole stack. Like, I mean, to me, this is a run, an iconic run, and this time period is just so classic. Some of the prices, you know, were varied, but look how well all of these present. Like, this came out of like an incredible collection. A lot of these books are not key issues. Like, you know, there's a few key issues in here, and when there are keys, they're huge keys. But you know, a lot of these are not, you know, not super valuable books, and it's really hard for me to justify spending like, you know, $50, $60 for a single issue of this. This is something that, you know, I would want to buy all of them and see if I could get a deal. And then I stumbled on this classic Action Comics 285, this Kurt Swan cover with Supergirl. I mean, what a book. That's a wall book in most stores just because of how iconic of a cover it is. And the condition. I mean, look how well this presents. And he was so cool about, you know, letting me take books out of there. He wasn't giving me a hard time. You know, he was coming over just to chat. I mean, it wasn't like he was trying to sell me something or making sure I'm not damaging anything like so many of these other asshole comic shop owners are. Like, he was just chatting. It was just friendly. I can't say enough about Dave. Like, Dave made this experience so special, and I've just had so many negative experiences, as you guys have known, that and honestly been treated like shit in so many places. And you know, whether that's warranted or not, whether, you know, you coming in with a camera strapped onto you deserve to get treated like shit. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm just another asshole that's filming everything. But to me, if you show me respect and I show respect, you know, I'm gonna spend some money and I'm gonna have fun, and it's gonna be a positive thing for everybody. But as I was saying, this is Adam Strange in that first Mystery in Space solo series.
This is the back room.
Oh my God.
We start here. These are things I hope to get through, and then you can see they're just.
No.
This is the best view of them. It's all the way down there, all the way up there.
Are you kidding me? What is the plan?
If I had a plan, I would have had so many books.
So is this just like all these collections you've bought for years?
When we buy a collection, we go through out front and put everything we need in here. Then we'll put it back here. Then.
I mean, are the labelings pretty close, or?
At one time, probably. I can't sell anything from the back because the insurance guy doesn't like the idea of people back here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. It's fine to look, but he just doesn't want me having customers going through the boxes and.
Oh, because yeah, somebody would get hurt for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if you start getting something from that top shelf.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Holy cow, man.
I was just shocked that Dave let me see that. It was incredible. So I ended up buying this Mystery in Space, this first solo, Adam Strange, and unfortunately I had a coupon clipped out. But Dave was so nice, he let me return this book, and I got a complete full refund. All right, everybody, we are back at Sticky Goose Man Cave, and as you can see, we bought that Watchmen #1. Shout out to Dave for letting me go back in that back room and see that. I've never seen anything like that. And when he said he had 500,000 back issues, I believe it, maybe more. This Watchmen copy is obviously not a 9.8. This is a hard book to get in a perfect type condition or near perfect type condition. Spine tick there, breaks color, and then you have this black background. There is some color rub there. I have never owned this book. I am thrilled to finally have this in the collection. That little blue circle, I think that's some sort of printing error. That is not damage. I still think that could get a 9.8 if your copy had that. If you don't know by now, this is Alan Moore, David Gibbons' classic story. Probably the best comic book series of all time. First appearance of Rorschach, Night Owl, the Comedian, Ozymandias, Dr. Manhattan, just everybody. I got this book for $24.95. A 9.8 in this book sells for $600. And that's just not something that I'm willing to do right now. So I settled for a near mint minus type copy, in my opinion. Next book I got was this Action Comics 285 Kurt Swan classic cover. This is when Superman introduces Supergirl to the world. We have some writing, an X over the DC Comics. We have wear up and down the spine. The staples are solid. Blunted corners, some wear on the edges. But the crux of this whole issue is Superman and Supergirl there in the middle with the confetti coming down. So many people in the streets for the parade. Just a celebration book. The back looks really good. Looks like it could be cleaned. The book is solid. Look how good the staples are. Yeah, and taking back that first solo series, Adam Strange, it was a bummer. It's a book I wanted, but I couldn't justify for that price having an incomplete book with a coupon clipped out. But honestly, I was super nervous because my other experiences with other comic shops, it would have been negative. I paid $59.95 for this, and I think it's worth every penny of that. Great book, great cover. Hopefully I can get it in a comic capsule and put it on the wall. But, so many other shops, if I had had that problem and taken it back, it would have been they would have given me shit. It would have been a problem. Might not have gotten my money back, or it might have been store credit. But he was cool. He was the coolest shop owner I've ever met. This is Teen Titans #12 in a CBCS 9.8 white pages. This is an awesome book. The first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. This is from 2017. Looking at this book here at home, you can see some and they're right there on that scythe on the Riddler's mech. Like, you can see there was a slight color breaking spine tick. I don't really think this was a 9.8. And I think if I cracked this out and sent it to CGC, I don't think it would get a 9.8. So this is going to stay in a CBCS case. You guys know I'm not really a CBCS collector. I think this is my third or fourth. I think this would be my third copy I have still in the collection in CBCS. This is just a great book to have. I got this book for $139.95. $140 for this. Check out the recent sales on this book. This book is still selling for over $300, $400 in certain circumstances. Honestly, when I saw that they had this price like that, I was like, this somebody messed up. And I was happy to buy that for that price. And as you could see, you can literally pull apart these CBCS cases, like these old ones. I don't know. There's a lot of room for tomfoolery there. So, but total wise, it was 140 for the Batman Who Laughs, 60 for the Action Comics, and then $25. So I spent $225 for these three books. I'm thrilled. Well, plus tax too. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.